Welcome back to another episode of Psychedelic Emus Debates. I'm here with my mate Ben, and we're about to discuss spirituality. Spirituality. How's your spirit doing today, Ben?
Pretty good, bro. Spirituality is a big part of who I am.
Well, let's start with what's your definition of spirituality?
Having a connection with a higher power.
Okay.
And knowing in yourself, in your heart and your mind who you are.
And is this higher power tangible?
Is in what sense?
Does he exist? Can you touch him?
I don't know if you could touch him, but I definitely...
Is it a guy or a girl?
Look, when I look at it, it's a man, but either way, if it was a woman, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, and so does it have a gender? It definitely has a gender.
I think male. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I think male, but even if it was female, it wouldn't bother
So
me.
can God have sex?
Don't know.
But he's a man, so he has the dick.
Well, he's not just a man; he's beyond a man.
Does he need to masturbate?
He's an infinite unit. He's an infinite being. I don't think he needs to do half the stuff we need to do.
So he's not really a male, or has male characteristics.
Male characteristics.
Okay.
But no, he's infinite. He doesn't need to take a piss. He's infinite.
He doesn't need to take a piss.
No.
He doesn't hold it when he pisses.
Definitely not, man.
Yeah, right. So is he everywhere, in your opinion? Because you have a very unique way of you have a very unique religious, spiritual kind of angle of that you have.
I hope that's a compliment.
It is.
Cheers, man. I for those who don't know this and think that I'm some uneducated person, Josh thinks to say this a lot. I've actually read most of the books back to back. I've read the Quran.
Yeah.
I've read the Bible, New Testament and Old Testament.
Yeah.
I've spent a good 2.5 years in church every Sunday.
Yeah.
So,
we went to religious schools together and everything.
Yeah, but that's a bit... You can fuck around a lot in those classes.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, I've been to conferences. I've been to Hillsong conferences.
Yeah.
So I do have quite a lot of information on what these are about.
You went on tour with the...
I went on a compassion trip.
Yeah.
Overseas.
And that was religious...
A religious organisation.
Yeah.
Christian organisation.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I'll say the shout out, Compassion Australia. They're an amazing charity, and unlike a lot of charities, the money you're donating is going back to the people. So and I got to witness that firsthand when I met my sponsor Charles Gusty, and he showed me all the cool stuff and awesome stuff I've bought him at his house.
Yeah, is that not a normal thing that people don't?
Well, in Indonesia.
Well, do charities usually spend money on shit that, are they, scams half the time?
There are definitely a lot of charity scams.
Yeah, okay.
I would say close to 40%.
But there's one of these the good charities.
This is one I finally found that I 100% have no anxiety or doubt after being there.
And what's it called again?
Compassion Australia. But they have them all over the Western countries. There's Compassion UK, Compassion America.
What's your thoughts on UNICEF?
UNICEF?
Yeah. It's another... You don't know it? It's a big charity organisation as well, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about them to speak, bro. But there definitely is a lot of con artists and people running charities who just take the money.
Yeah.
So that's why I was very careful in picking that charity. And when they offered me I was pretty lucky, man. They actually flew me out. That they paid for my flights.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. And because it's actually really hard to get in.
Yeah,
so there was only 9 of us.
Yeah.
And 88 applied.
Fuck, yeah, right.
So maybe it was my good-looking charms. Or...
So what was it like when you were over there? What did you encounter? Were they living in slums and stuff? Where exactly did you go?
So the main spot we were staying in was East Indonesia called Manado.
Yeah.
Um, for most people who don't know this, Manado is very segregated. One side of Manado is Muslim,
Yeah.
and one side is Christian.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's a lot of violence and
Oh,
stuff going on
okay.
because of
Yeah.
that. So I remember my first time there. I was pulling into the airport
Yeah.
and I was seeing, a Muslim man just belting a Christian guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so there's a lot of animosity there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but I only stayed in the hotel maybe 2 nights.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah. So where are the Muslims coming from? Because
I don't know.
so
know.
you know
But-
the Christians are going over there helping them, and obviously that's converting people to
Definitely.
Christianity.
Definitely.
But where are the Muslims?
But that's a very risky thing to do because we were tourists.
Yeah.
We had a lot more safety than a local.
Yeah. Okay.
If you were a local and you were trying to convert people to Christianity as a Muslim, you would probably get killed.
Is Muslim the dominant religion there in Indonesia or in that part of Indonesia?
Muslim is by far the dominant religion in Indonesia.
Yeah.
But the part I was staying in, which is Manado and all the islands that join onto Manado,
Yeah.
is all Christian.
Yeah. Okay.
So I was luckily in the Christian part.
Yeah. Yeah.
So 2 days after I got there, I got taken on a boat
Yeah.
that took me to the remote villages.
Yeah.
And most of our work was done there.
Yeah. Okay. So do you think it might be more beneficial if you went there on a non-religious kind of excavate,
Possibly, but at the same time,
because if you're spreading a religion that's currently causing violence there, it's not really beneficial.
I suppose not. But at the same time, the Christians aren't the ones that are causing the violence.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just mainly the Muslim population that are the ones instigating the violence in this particular scenario.
Because Christianity only came into Indonesia about 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Before that, it was all Muslim.
Yeah.
So I think those people are still adjusting to that.
Adjusting to the idea of
But
Christianity.
yeah, I was going to say, we went to tiny towns in the middle of the jungle.
Yeah.
We had a nurse with us doing a lot of medical work.
Yeah. Yeah.
There were people out there that were like 2 days from dying from just snake bites. There was a dude there I seen who got rolled by an alligator.
Oh, fuck,
and he managed to survive, but his entire body was broken, messed up, and only because of us we got him to a hospital. If we weren't there, he would have died.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can say as well, the people in the villages were honestly, that's the biggest thing I said last night that blew me away. They were so kind. Like those people can barely afford to provide for themselves and their own kids.
Yeah.
But when we rocked up, there's this beautiful golden church in the middle of the 4 hours into the jungle. So that shows how much they love religion. This massive Catholic golden church, and we were all offered like these crazy lunches.
Well, who built the church?
I couldn't tell you.
Was it all the donation money that come from the donations?
But I can say it's been there a very long time. We're talking like 500 years.
Yeah, right.
But anyway, but I was going to say, the people were so peaceful, so friendly. People getting baptized. I spent a lot of time with the young kids, just kicking soccer, playing cricket, doing amazing stuff like that. We used to go to church once a day, and that was fine with the whole community because it's a big part for them. It's not so much the religion, it's the community side.
Yeah.
That they love having everyone they know in the same place to worship and have similar values and morals.
Yeah.
So that's why it's such a sacred place for those people.
Yeah.
But I'll never forget, man, when I first met Gusty,
he was the person you were supporting.
I was there for.
Yeah, he was the person you were giving money to for periods of time.
I've been giving Dusty money since 2019.
Yeah.
So a long time.
Yeah.
probably a little too much money. But yeah, but you know, his mum and dad, his mum was kissing my feet.
Oh, really? Yeah, right.
His dad was nice, but she's not a talker. But I just wanted to say, like, I actually stayed the night in Nusty's.
Yeah,
I stayed the night,
yeah.
and the room I was in, there was no window, no door,
Light?
no, there was no ceiling.
There was no ceiling.
Yeah, so I was getting rained on, all sorts of stuff.
Holy moly, dude.
And to them, that's the normal.
That's normal.
Yeah.
Do they have electricity?
No.
So they don't have.
If you like Gusty had a mobile phone and a charger, but you would have to go like quite far away to be able to charge it. You'd have to go a couple hours drive to charge it.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and I don't tell many people this, but I just felt in me I should give them something, like, because I didn't have heaps of money at the time, but
Yeah.
but compared to that community, I did have a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I donated about $900
Yeah.
to
Okay.
his family, and
Yeah.
they were over the moon.
Were they able to build a roof for their room?
I'm
Or?
sure they would be able to now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But his mum was in tears
Yeah.
and like wouldn't let go of me.
Oh, really? Yeah. Right.
Yeah, and I've got to say, man, it was a beautiful feeling.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then after that, we went to several other villages and just helping out, doing the cooking, playing with the kids was a huge part, because for most of those kids, man, they've never seen a white person.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I was getting treated like a celebrity. Like, all the girls and guys wanted photo selfies with me, and it was so surreal because I'm not a
Yeah.
celebrity.
Yeah.
But so it was surreal, man. It was really surreal, and you know,
Would you still give money to Russ?
to Gusty.
The Gusty?
Yeah,
Yeah. Right.
yeah,
Have you spoken to him since? You send letters and.
yeah. We talk once a
Communication.
month on letters.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's he said?
He said he's doing good at the moment. He is just about to finish high school.
Yeah.
He's planning to be a hotel manager and
Yeah.
then work his way up to being like the boss of a hotel.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Oh, cool.
And also the best part of the whole trip was you didn't have to do it, but I funded it. Like I'm in Indonesia. I ended up taking Gusty to one of the water parks,
Yeah.
like theme parks,
Yeah.
which is something obviously that they never get to do.
Yeah.
And bro, I'll tell you right now, he was in heaven there, bro.
Really?
He was in heaven
Yeah.
there, bro.
Right.
And it's at home, but I'll show you another time. There's a photo of me and Gusty like holding hands, and like you can just see the enjoyment in his face, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I really made his day.
Yeah. Okay.
And
yeah.
I'm not gonna say any more preachy stuff, man. But I just want to say, like, that was the best thing and most. That's the most meaningful thing I've done in my lifetime. So hopefully there's another one.
Yeah. For sure, dude. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you went on this trip. It was a Christian trip, but you don't fully.
It was run by a Christian charity, but they said from the start, if you're not a Christian, they still want you to come. It's not like they prefer you to be Christian. Like I told them, I believe in God, I believe in Jesus, I have this cross, but I'm just not a religious person, and they were fine with that, man.
Mm.
Even though I did have to go to a lot of church, it was fun.
Yeah.
It
So
was fun.
you have a different kind of belief in Christianity.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I'm not your traditional one, no.
No, you're not your traditional Christian.
And I don't think that's a bad thing.
Yeah, and can you explain a little bit about your beliefs and stuff like that to me? Or...
Well, why don't you ask me and I'll tell you? Too many to name, mate.
Okay, well, is there a heaven and a hell?
No.
There's no heaven or hell.
In my opinion, no. I could be wrong, but no.
Yeah. Okay. And what's God about? Like, what's So that you believe there's a God.
I 100% believe there was a God who created the world. I 100% believe there was a man called Jesus who did more good in his life than possibly anyone else can.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure if he was the son of God, but I'm 90% sure.
Yeah.
Either way, he was a legend. That's all that matters to me. Either way, he was
I agree with that.
He was
Either
an
way,
absolute fucking legend. So even if I'm wrong, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And the way I try to look at it, man, is like, I don't have to be at church every Sunday to prove anything to anyone. Like, not just my cross and my necklace, but in my heart and in my mind,
Yeah.
I'm a believer of God. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
And I use that to be a good person and to always strive to be the best version of myself I can be.
Okay, so it is when you say God, like there's a lot of horrendous shit that happens in the world, and God is all powerful.
Here we go. Here's this question. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I've thought about this one very long as well.
Yeah. So is God? Does he do those things? These horrendous.
I don't
acts?
think so.
So what's preventing him from fixing it?
Here's an interesting fact that a lot of people are just like, ooh, blow their mind. What if God's in charge of majority of things and the positive things? What if he's not in charge of everything? Ever thought that?
That he's not all powerful.
No, he's powerful, but I'm saying when terrible and disgusting things happen in the world, to me it seems like God's not always there in time or in charge of that.
Is it the evil in someone's heart or something like that?
Yeah.
Could we refer to that kind of thing as the devil?
So I don't believe that God has complete control in every single situation you might bump into. That's life.
Yeah.
But I do believe in karma, motherfucker.
What comes around goes around.
100%.
Yeah, okay. What's
So that person.
So if I were to put the cigarette out on you, I would get some form of bad activity happen to me later. Is that right?
Maybe not straight away, but eventually, probably.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
What goes around does come back around. I've seen it too many times to deny it. I've seen it too many times.
So if God's not in control of everything, is there like a devil that controls all the bad things?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Not talking about some weird scaly dragon going like.
Yeah, but they fight over power.
I think there probably is. Yeah, probably is.
Why can't there just be no God and no?
Who knows, man? The world might be a lot better without. And I just think with Christianity, as long as you don't become a hardcore.
Yeah.
If you really ingrain those beliefs in you, I think it makes you a better person.
Yeah.
I really do.
What makes it a better? Why does belief in God make you a better person?
Because I think then you don't just have yourself to answer to.
You have God to answer to 100%. As well.
And God is forever watching.
Yeah. Okay.
And God knows the person you are. God loves you more than you can ever imagine. And he knows that in your heart and in your mind what your intentions are. And if you stuff up, God knows you've stuffed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And that kind of helps you go through life pushes you as well. So
and I think it makes you a more compassionate and better person. As long as you're not a hardcore. Let me make that very clear.
Yeah.
There are hardcore and fuckwits in every religion. You're never going to walk into a room full of whatever it is, a Muslim religion thing or a Christian church or a Catholic church, and everyone in there's good people. They're not. There's good and bad in everything.
Yeah, okay.
So just say I meet someone off the spot,
yeah,
and they're like, yeah, I'm a hardcore Christian. That doesn't mean I automatically trust them.
No, yeah.
So yeah, and I think unfortunately that was the attitude for a very long time, too long time.
Yeah.
Or this man's a priest. He can babysit my kids. Nothing will happen. He's a man of God. Look what happens.
Yeah.
Now the whole world knows priests are pedos.
Yeah, but everyone can be a pedo. Is that what you're saying?
Fuck no, that's not what I'm saying.
Are you saying pedos are more likely? Like a priest's more likely to be a pedo?
Look at the evidence, man.
Why do you think? Why do you think?
No, I'm just pointing out anyone from any kind of church. If they
Yeah.
wanted to babysit my kids, I'd say no. No, not happening. And then if they said to me, "Pretty please," and we can all sleep in the same bed, assault on the spot.
So you reckon it's more likely that when you become a priest, you're more likely to be a pedophile?
Not necessarily. I'm just saying. There's been so many stories of people being abused by priests these days, and been proven. It has to be acknowledged.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm talking about. You must have seen this shit.
Yeah, and well, a priest. A priest. What do you think makes? What do you think's the like? So obviously the pedophiles go to become a priest. And do you think it's the fact that they can't have sex? Are they sex deprived that makes them want to be pedophiles?
Possibly.
Or are they like?
Still not an excuse.
Or because maybe they're sex. They've missed their childhood. You know, having sex during their childhood, so they're still like.
Oh, fuck 'em. I don't care what the excuse is. At the end of the day, you're still a predator.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
And they deserve to be castrated, right?
100%.
Yeah. Right. So, yeah, okay. So you a big fan of priests?
Hmm?
Are you a fan of priests?
I'm not a fan. I'm just very cautious.
Yeah.
If one of them was like, "Can I babysit your kids tonight?" No.
What about Muslims?
What about them?
Are they all terrorists?
Absolutely not. Of course not.
They're not.
Of course not.
Okay. So like.
Do you know how many Muslims are in the world? There's like 2 billion.
There's 2 billion.
Yeah.
Are some of them terrorists?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But you said...
Is it the same?
No.
What I'm saying
You said the majority.
Oh,
of
my
them,
bad. Yeah.
Are terrorists. And I was like, of course not. I've worked with and I've met plenty of Muslim people that are great people.
Yeah.
Absolutely nonsense.
Me too, man. Me too. So, well, what I'm saying is it the same thing? Is it the same thing with priests? You know, you're more wary around priests with your kids. Are you more wary around Muslims with their bombs?
Not really.
Not really.
Because what are the chances of them getting that past the airport these days? It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. Yeah, that's quite true. It's quite true. It's be a bit difficult these days. So you
a bit. Bro, you try and do that any Western airport, you're getting fucking done.
Yeah.
When you've got when you've got a luggage case, they can see through the luggage case.
So you have a choice, right? You have a choice. You either be A, a Muslim to look after your kids, or B, a priest to look after your kids.
Muslim. Because that's the thing with Muslims. There's so many different denominations of it as well, and like it's just like any religion, man. Like includes Christianity. Like majority of people in religion are good people.
Yeah.
There's no two ways about that. They are very good people. It's just unfortunately the ones that have a lot of power, and you know when you have that many people in a certain group, some of them are going to be scumbags.
Yeah. Full stop. That's just.
It's not a complicated subject.
Yeah.
If you got like hundreds of millions or 1 billion plus people in some sort of religion, there's going to be a couple of monsters.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
But you can't put that. Why can't we put the same thing like that onto priests? You know, there's a fair few priests.
No. I'm a big believer that that priests should be known about. Like, for instance, were you at my grand's funeral when she died?
No.
So you've met my grand though.
Yeah.
So my grand died at 96.
Yeah.
There was a Vietnamese guy, seemed like a really nice guy. His name was Joe. He was the priest.
Yeah.
And he was I shook his hand, hanged out with him. He seemed like a really nice guy.
Yeah.
He did my grand's funeral.
Yeah.
6 months later,
Yeah.
he gets accused by a girl in Armidale of raping her
Oh,
at
shit.
13.
Yeah.
And this priest, like maybe 25,
Yeah.
he goes out into John Forest National Park and slashes both his wrists and kills himself.
You're kidding.
It was all over the news, man. Newspapers, yeah.
And that was the guy
That was the exact same priest I met. Was at my grand's funeral.
Holy
and,
shit.
and it really messed with my mum.
Yeah.
But my point is that to try and act like child abuse in the Catholic Church of priests, isn't a problem is bullshit.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm not smart enough to go into the depths of why this is.
Yeah.
It's just the situation.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, a lot of priests are just going the wrong way.
Yeah, okay. Fucking hell. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Crazy shit.
Alright. Should we end that one here?
Yeah.
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 What should the title be? Priests, pedophiles undercover. That sounds good. Alright. We're ending this one here. Alright, I hope you all enjoyed, and we shall see you in the next one.